thunderstorms in the area. They have missed us, not one drop of rain. Umpires are on the field. Mound and the batter's box have been uncovered. And here are game notes. And we're campaigning for Trey Turner, of course. Last 20 games hitting just under 340. Extra base hits, scoring and driving in runs. Anthony Rendon up there with some of the best extra base hit guys in baseball since the middle of June. And the Nats, of course, with a left toe inflammation injury. Sean Doolittle to the 10-day DL. Jeffrey Rodriguez optioned back to the minor leagues. Wander Suero and Austin Voth recalled today. The Pirates storm onto the field here at PNC Park. Nats are 11th in the league in batting average, 8th in runs, 5th in home runs, and Adam Eaton, 55 ball games going back into last year. He's hit .304 his last 23 games and .312 overall for the season. So the lineup pretty similar to last night. Spencer Keyboom is in there, and Trey Turner dropped in the lineup tonight. This is 25-year-old Joe Musgrove, 14 big league wins, first start ever against the Nats.
Yeah, right off the DL, had an infection on his right index finger, so he missed a few starts. Went on the 10-day DL, 8th start of the year for Joe. Last start was on June 29th against the Padres. 7 shutout innings on 7 hits, struck out 5 pods, walked 2. He was a 6-3 winner in that one through 88 pitches.
August 23rd of last year for Houston, tossed a scoreless inning against the Nats down at Minute Maid Park.
Here's the Buccos defense tonight behind Musgrove, Dickerson, Marte, Polanco in the outfield, Mercer, Moroff up the middle, Moran, Bell at the corners, and Diaz behind the plate.
Beautiful evening in Pittsburgh.
The sun was out and we didn't start on time.
Yeah, it got behind the clouds for a few minutes, so that was all she wrote. Nats were here several years ago. We had a Sunday game rained out, had to stay over on an off day Monday to play the Pirates. And some of the brass not happy about that, neither were we. So we had some interesting back and forth between the ball clubs over the years, but now ready for game 2 here. Final warm-up toss of Joe Musgrove. I don't know if we've ever done play-by-play of the first throw down to second base, and around the horn it goes. Back to the pitcher now. Adam Eaton steps in. We're getting ready for baseball here. Musgrove career 14-15, 4.38 ERA, 33rd career start, 57th appearance overall.
He's not going to overpower you. The fastball average is 93. He's a guy that's really got a pitch. And when he gets a lot of plate, bad things happen.
So first pitch, a strike. 7:56 our starting time.
Yeah, 2 starts ago the Reds got 6 runs off Joe in 4 1/3, and against Arizona they scored 5 off him in just 4 innings. So maybe a night where the offense can put up some numbers.
Only one hitter in the lineup. Matt Adams has faced Musgrove before. Guys on the bench, Taylor, Defoe, and Wieters faced him in that game in Houston last year. There's big Matt Adams batting 5th tonight. Not a shift, but playing Eaton to pull, and that one gets him. 0-2 pitch, and Adam Eaton goes to first base, hit by a pitch for the 4th time this year.
Yeah, looked like a cutter in. Wear it at him. A boy, base runner to start this one up. They used to have a saying in college: no dodgeball. If they throw it in, let it hit you. Old school Adam Eaton wearing it. And that was definitely a ball. That wasn't like Derek Dietrich where he's leaning in the strike zone. That was coming at him, nothing he could do.
Juan Soto, base hit, slow roller with the left fielder Dickerson charging. Eaton stops at second, and Juan Soto wasting no time. He's now 2 for his last 3 in this series, starting with last night's home run.
Well, Adam Eaton on with a hit by pitch. Juan Soto going against the shift. Then he illustrated it to the dugout when he got the first. So there goes a no-hitter. Check that box. Juan Soto, first knock of the night. And then he showed you how the ball bounced through the hole. Or at least he showed the bench after he got the first.
Anthony Rendon, 4th in the league in doubles. .330 his last 23 games.
Be nice for the Nats to play some downhill baseball, get an early lead, and play that add-on game.
Big Bat made a lot of noise here on one swing last night. Anthony Rendon, 39 runs batted in.
Yeah, my
like the front door breaking ball that stayed in.
Sorry, Carp. My numbers say 6'5", 265 for Musgrove. He does not look 265 to me. He does look 6'5", however.
Yeah. Rangy, as they would say.
That's not 265, is it?
Yeah, I'm looking at Baseball Reference. They call him 260. That's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the Nats start the night at 500, 5.5 back of the Braves and the Phillies. Campaigning.
They picked a good player to like.
That ball really close to the third base bag. Gabe Morales held up his hands and said foul.
I just hope one year he can make an all-star team, because we all know he's an all-star. He's an all-star every October after the season's over. There's the double leader since May 23rd. I think baseball people know he's one of the best players in the league. It's just a shame he hasn't got to walk out there on the third or the first baseline for introductions in an all-star game one time. He deserves it.
2-2, nobody out. Boy, Soto has a huge lead at first. He's just like a runner in the blocks, eyeballing Eaton, and now the count goes to 3-2.
I don't think Adam Eaton's going to steal here. We'll see. Juan Soto has a humongous lead, and like you said, watch, he's getting the sprinter blocks. Here he goes.
Yeah, Josh Bell playing way off the line, so just get out there with him.
On your mark.
Get set.
Go.
Hold. Foul ball.
Now the reason you don't see the 3-2 and the runners moving here with nobody out, if you line out, it's a triple play. So managers tend to err on the safe side with nobody out first and second, even though you got good speed out there.
But because of Soto's lead, Rendon finds a gap somewhere. The Nats could plate 2. Braves are hosting Toronto tonight behind Julio Teheran, and the Phillies are tied with Atlanta, 50-39.
You know, if I were commissioner, you would take 3 innings off of every game for every hour it was delayed. So if the game's delayed an hour, you play 6 innings. If it's delayed 2 hours, you play a real quick one. 3 innings.
Boy, the guys have pile up some complete games.
Yeah, I mean, that might
and if you start at 10 o'clock, there's no game?
Yeah.
Okay.
3-hour rain delay, it's just, you don't play. Because it's minus 3 innings for an hour. So this is only going to be a 6-inning game. Genius. I'm telling you. Might mess up the record books just a little bit.
Three-two. And Rendon on an off-speed pitch swings over the top of it for the first out. That's a huge out for Joe Musgrove, and let's watch something huge from Bryce last night.
Well, we're going to show you the finished product. First time up, he was real still in his approach. He flew out deep to left. Second time up, his head was real still too. He flew out deep to center field. And then third time up, you see home run number 22. So we're talking about how he looked more compact last night in his approach, and it paid off his third at bat. So he just missed two. He got one, and it went real far. It's a home run and wiffle ball over the bushes.
22nd of the year. Tied him with Nolan Arenado. Jesus Aguilar of the Brewers still leads with 23. And by the way, the Phillies 5-0 early at New York in their ball game tonight. So Bryce, only 1 year has he not made the All-Star team. He'll start for the 4th consecutive time and 5 overall. First among outfielders with the long ball.
You know, I think I'd be more worried about Bryce if he's hitting 270 with 8 home runs and 40 RBIs versus 218 with 22 home runs and 51 RBIs. You know, he just has to collect some hits now, and he's going to have a fantastic year. I mean, he's looking at 40 and 100 as we speak. So you get that average up to 260, 270, 40 and 100. He's getting paid. I have people coming up to me all the time saying he's losing money right now. He hasn't lost anything. He's having a good year. Power numbers, you know, with the home runs and the RBIs, the hits are going to come. So when he's hitting 270 at the end of the year with 40 and 100, you know, everyone's going to have to eat a lot of crow. Trust me.
Oh, 2, 1 out. And 2 down. As Musgrove keeps the off speed down and gets a couple of Ks against 2 outstanding hitters.
Pretty good changeup here for Musgrove. You look at the numbers against that pitch. The league's hitting 238 against the Musgrove change. 381 against his two-seam fastball, 313 against his cutter, and 261 against the slider. So the changeup's his best pitch based on the numbers.
Matt Adams now trying to rescue the inning. 8 for his last 19. Base hit, 4 trips last night, and it was a shot to right his first time up. Already a long inning for the Pittsburgh starter. So 2-0 here. Short porch and right.
Yes.
Green light.
Yes.
He did not get a 2-0 fastball.
Smooth one out there. Because you might get a 3-1 changeup from Musgrove. So this might be the last fastball you see. Why not? And will he see a fastball even? I'd say fastball away if they're going to do it. Slider.
4-pitch walk, bases loaded.
That was a pitch around, and Trey Turner realized it. Trust me. He saw that. You throw him a 3-0 slider to get to me, you got to take that personal.
Clint Hurdle's ball club 6 under 500. They're 500 at home. The Nats 2 over on the road.
Go Trey. Right now, do it.
10 for his last 31 over 7 games. Batting average at .275.
He knows if you're voting right now. He can feel it. He can sense it.
Now that's a good fastball by Musgrove to the inside edge. Great career batting average in this bases loaded situation. And the 1-1, and Trey Turner jumping all over that one, fouling it down below us. So leading off the game on an 0-2 pitch, Adam Eaton was hit on the elbow. Soto first pitch singled, and after Rendon and Harper struck out, Matt Adams with a 4-pitch walk. So again, one of those situations where early in the game the Nationals looking for that big hit to bust on top. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But you don't want to put too much pressure on Trey or overemphasize it. But when you've been playing from behind a lot lately, it would be huge to get a knock right here. More so than most first innings. And I always say you can win a game in the first inning, but right here, Jeremy Hellickson would love to take the mound with a 2-run lead or more.
Ooh, back up breaking ball, almost hit him.
Try to let it hit him too. I like it. Kind of turned his leg into it and said, if you're going to hit me, you're going to hit me. I'll take it. RBI 1-0. Watch him turn his leg here at the end. Tried. Good effort.
Foul tip. Every out a swinging strikeout. The Nats will strand 3. And after a long wait, Jeremy Hellickson goes to work. brought to you by PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. Folks having fun down along the Allegheny and outside PNC Park. It's gorgeous here. So the Pirates 6th in the league in hitting, 9th in runs, bottom 3 in homers. Gregory Polanco had a big night last night. First inning single for 2 runs. Second inning 2-run homer. So he really gave them all the runs they needed to beat the Nats eventually 6-3. Jeremy Hellickson, great ERA in this ballpark career, 3-1 against the Bucks.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes. Here it is. Sick last start, multiple IVs. Thought he was going to lose it on the mound. That's all you need to know about last start. We're turning the page. So here we go. Remember that shot we had of him on the on-deck circle when he was just all different shades of green? Kind of took one for the team last start, and here we go. Healthy Jeremy Hellickson against the Pirates.
Corey Dickerson 1 for 4 against him. And the Pirates left fielder on a 5-game hitting streak with 8 hits. They got him going last night in the first 2 innings with a single and a triple. This ball skied left side. Anthony Rendon keeps going with it, and he just couldn't get there. Just out of his reach.
Little low bridge action there at the end. Watch him check once, check twice, knows where he's at. 3 times, actually. Good job by the cameraman right there. Turn the camera toward left field so it wouldn't interfere with Anthony Rendon. Smart move.
2 very expensive pieces of equipment and pieces of third baseman getting close together there.
If he tries to shoot that, it hits Rendon. That was clutch.
Right side, slow roller, and it's Matt Adams right to the bag. Next up, Starling Marte.
So give Steve some props down there in that well. Or the camera bay. That's a good looking effort by Anthony Rendon. But the camera to the left there was turned toward left field, so it didn't hit Anthony. Way to go, bro. Just saved a life.
Since they moved Starling Marte to the number 2 spot 5 games ago, he's 10 for 19, looking to bump one down the third baseline.
You're dying to know who's playing defense for the Nats, aren't you? Well, we're going to show you. Soto, Harper in the outfield. Turner, Murphy turning a bunch of 2s tonight. Rendon, Adams at the corners, and Spencer Keyboom getting the start behind the plate. Matt Wieters, you'd think, would have Gio tomorrow.
And day game after night game, so Wieters is going to get a day off here anyway. Yeah, 12-10 game tomorrow.
The games on Facebook. You know what'd be cool is if Instagram started doing games and they're just pictures.
Pardon me, 12:35 on that one tomorrow.
It's a bunch of pictures.
One. Hellickson's 71-70 career. Start number 209 tonight. His 12th with the Nats. 2-2.
You're talking to Jeremy about his last start. He said he was hooked up to 3 different IVs before the game. Just trying to hold it together, and had never pitched that sick before. So gotta admire guys that do that, I think, regardless of the results.
High in the air to center. Bryce Harper on his way in. Ground ball out, fly ball out, and Polanco is next.
So the biggest news of the night, I think, and we'll find out more about it tomorrow, Steven Strasburg went 3 1/3, gave up 1 run on 2 hits and struck out 5. Through 57 pitches, 34 for strikes, and Davey Martinez has got to love that. His big right-hander's getting close. One of his big right-handers is getting close. The other one's standing next to Wieters. There's the other one.
Max scheduled to go Thursday night series opener in New York. Then probably an opening gig Tuesday night at Nationals Park. And we've heard Steven Strasburg could make his return Friday night that week against the Braves. One more rehab on the docket. And this one popped up left side. Keyboom never saw it. And the ball's going to fall right near the Pirates on deck circle. Spencer looked up, couldn't find the baseball. Rendon and Hellickson tried to get there.
I couldn't see it either. And Spencer has no idea where it is. You look at the replay. And that was right by the on-deck circle with all kinds of danger. So good thing nobody got hurt there.
Now, we usually don't have the first inning at 8:19 local time. But because of the radar delay, we do. Lights haven't taken effect yet. No balls, 2 strikes to Polanco. Nasty breaking ball down and in. And a 1-2-3 for Jeremy Hellickson. Murphy, Keyboom, and then the Nats pitcher. He spins a beauty right there.
For the postseason, heats up just after the All-Star break. Braves in town. Just told you about the big right-hander who's going to pitch in that series, hopefully July 20th through the 22nd. So get there early, wear red, be super loud. Visit Nationals.com for tickets. Bet you didn't know that, Kurt. Learn something new every day.
I had no idea.
Yep.
I had no idea there were that many umpires.
That's the Brooklyn Bridge, too.
So we go top of the second. Murphy, Keyboom, and Hellickson. Long first inning for Musgrove, but he pulled out the strikeouts when he needed them against Rendon, Harper, and Turner. Daniel Murphy faces him for the first time.
So I think we just showed a Nats fan down there. See that guy right there? He lives in that building. That's a former umpire, I think. Doesn't he look like one? Retired umpire?
I have no idea.
He just looks like it.
1-2. Daniel Murphy had bookend base hits last night. Opposite field both times. He's hit safely 10 of his last 14 games. Single in the second, single in the ninth. He's going to hook one foul here. Hits off an empty seat and back onto the field. Big gap right center. And the changeup floating way outside, ball 2.
Murph asking if it's a strike, trying to fill the computer with information.
It's 24-year veteran Ed Hickox behind the plate tonight. Interesting pitching pattern. Pitch number 5 was that changeup that just floated. So here comes offering number 7, and Murphy just takes it out of play the other way.
Spoiled it.
So he had pitch number 7.
Spoiled it. Yeah, this reminds me of Daniel Murphy last year, staying in the fight for a lot of pitches. It's a good sign regardless of what happens at the end of this at bat. Spoiled it.
So to double digits we shall go in this at bat. Murphy hitting 7th. Target in.
Spoiled it. Stock up if you follow the dots. I like it. Fighting, battling. This is a classic Murph at bat.
He's going to drill it the other way. Dickerson was playing really shallow in left. That one totally out of reach for him and Marte, and an amazing AB for Daniel Murphy, who's now 3 for 5 in this series.
I mean, you hate to be super definitive and say he's back now after that at bat because it's still a work in progress. But when you see Daniel Murphy in an 11-pitch fight, spoiling off borderline pitch after borderline pitch, and then finish it with this, I mean, put a star by that at bat. That might be the one that really kickstarts Daniel Murphy and gets him locked in. So 2 hits last night. He starts this with a double, and that was a beauty. What an at bat.
There's Spencer Kieboom, who's hit safely in 5 of his last 6 starts. Fastball misses. And with nobody out in the 2nd inning, Joe Musgrove is about to throw his 40th pitch. And this ball drilled the other way. On the grab, Polanco. Murphy started for 3rd and then stopped and came back. It's a great arm out there. And Daniel decided not to chance it for the first out at 3rd. Or in this case, it would have been the 2nd out at 3rd.
Well, Spencer Kieboom didn't want to move Daniel Murphy for Jeremy Hellickson, but, you know, he had the right idea to drive him in that way. And pretty good throw. Thought Murph would have made it if he went, but then seeing the throw, maybe he made a good decision.
Infield, in. I don't know why they would expect a bunt with a runner at second and one out. We'll see if Hellickson swings away. He's 1 for 17 this year with 1 RBI. And no sign of squaring, but a fastball that stood him up. Busted bat, liner to second, 2 down. Inning is up to Adam Eaton.
There's his new buddy, Francisco Cervelli.
Hit by a pitch first time up. Adams driven in 13 runs.
I've gotten into arguments with catchers back in the day, Carp, arguing balls and strikes with umpires. And I remember one with Joe Girardi where he said, hey, that's a strike, that's a good pitch. And my response was, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the ump. This is an A-B conversation. See your way out of it.
Eaton trying to flip an RBI hit the other way. And one of his first games back last night, Cervelli took a backswing right on top of his helmet with his catcher's gear on. That's from Matt Adams, right?
Yeah. And he took a foul tip, too.
And a 1-1 to Eaton. That's low, ball 2. Another long at bat for Annette here as Eaton works it to 3-2. 3 pitches short of 50 with 5 outs.
These at bats are so long, it's making me want to go out and buy some tuna. It's weird. Got a craving all of a sudden.
3-2. Well, it's taking a while, but he's striking guys out when he needs to. So the Nats have now stranded 4 runners already.
latest national to be added to the disabled list going on today. That move is retroactive a couple days back. Sean saying that he felt some discomfort in his foot, on his left foot, between his big toe and his second toe a handful of days ago. Was able to pitch through it in that game against the Marlins, but it really flared up on him after that. He tried to throw a bullpen session yesterday, and the pain just increased, so then that's putting him on the DL. They're calling it a pinched nerve. Sean was actually in a walking boot in the clubhouse, which he joked was a little dramatic. They're just trying to calm it down for a couple days. Hopefully won't be that long of a process. But guys, he says it's really frustrating. He's out for the All-Star game, obviously, but he said the biggest thing is he just wanted to be aware of the burden that he's been placing on the bullpen. So opting to go on the DL now, and Davey saying Kelvin Herrera will be his closer with Doolittle out.
All right, Dan, thank you. Sean said he will participate in all All-Star activities other than playing. Wants to be a part of it, and he deserves to be. Well, there goes our pipe dream of Max Scherzer getting the win and Sean Doolittle getting the save.
He's got the boot on right now. Walking around the clubhouse with it on. Stabilize that thing, immobilize it, and hopefully it heals quick, because we love watching Sean pitch.
Colin Moran, the cleanup man, 258. Had an early RBI double for the Pirates last night. Jeremy Hellickson looking so free and easy out there. He had an 11 pitch, 9 strike first inning with a grounder, a fly ball to center shallow, and a strikeout. Daniel Murphy's waiting in right field for that one on the shift. 4 in a row to start the game.
All right, it's going to be a fun one. I love this one. 80s Night presented by Budweiser, Saturday, July 21st in Nats Park. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the 80s all night long. There's a pregame concert by the Leg Warmers. Those guys are awesome. Your totally tubular night at the ballpark begins with tickets at nationals.com. That's a fun one.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get this one in. Elias Diaz, the catcher, starting his 36th game of the year, and offensively he's been productive. 302 in his starts and all of his home runs and RBIs, which you just saw on the screen. Hellickson misses away 1-1. Diaz 0 for 4 against our starter.
Healthy rip right there. It's going to buy him a curveball. Watch.
He's a guy who signed with the Pirates when he was 17. Spent 10 years in the minor leagues. Got a total of 3 games in 15 and 16, and finally 64 games at the big league level last year, and he's looking pretty good for them right now. 1-2, 1 out.
It's an animated swing and a foul ball, wasn't it? He swung, he hopped around, and he said something too. Watch. He's into it.
One ball and 2 strikes. And Hellickson with the off speed. 2-2.
Jeremy showed you the fastball, but the league's hitting, their opponents are hitting 235 against his change and just 213 against his curveball. So seeing lots of change-ups to Diaz here, but it's all been fastball and change-ups. I don't think they've shown him the curve yet. Try to backdoor the fastball here.
2-2 count with the 1 out. Missing upstairs. And he walked him on a fastball in. Pirates first base runner with their switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell coming up next. First full season in the big leagues last year, hit 26 homers, drove in 90. This year he's hit 5 and driven in 42, batting .250. Left-handed, .236. He does have a couple of career hits and a home run against Jeremy Hellickson. Gets jammed on that one. Trey Turner back behind Murphy to put it away. 2 down.
Yeah, he's kind of an example of a lot of Pirates right now, Carb. I talked to some of the coaches yesterday, and they didn't name names, but they said there's a lot of second-year players that they were really anticipating on taking that next step.
Yeah.
They had really good first years as major leaguers, and when they looked at the team in the offseason, they said, hey, if these guys take the steps like we think they will, whether it's a pitcher or position player, we should be all right this year. But that just hasn't happened with a lot of the second-year players on this ball club.
And Josh Bell probably the leading guy there. They thought they were really onto something. Former #1 draft pick, and I remember him as a rookie a couple years ago. They were super excited about him. So Jordy Mercer, their veteran reliable shortstop, is the #7 hitter. 245 overall, but he's hitting .287 at PNC Park.
I feel like Jordy Mercer has played 20 years in the big leagues, right? I mean, every time we come here.
It seems like Jack Wilson and Jordy Mercer have played shortstop here for the last 30 years.
I agree. Jordy took over for Jay Bell, I feel like.
Jay Bell used to lead the National League in sacrifice bunts every year when he was here.
Jason Kindle would
He would
get
be
on.
outlawed right now.
Jason Kindle would get on by hit by pitch, and Jay Bell would bunt him over.
Yeah.
That was the first inning every time for the Pirates.
And Keith Osick was his backup catcher for 22 years, I think. So Eaton pulls that one away. And here comes Juan Soto, base hit already. The Nats coming up, top 3.
Just cruising around on his wave runner.
Come on, let the throttle out, Dan.
Come on, Dan.
Let's go.
Don't be afraid to go fast.
It's not an idling area.
I wonder how much that costs to rent for Dan. No score as we go to the top of the 3rd. Last night, however, this is not Dan. This is Juan Soto, and it was his 9th home run on a 3-2 pitch. Choked up, spread out, turn and burn. It's hard to tell from where we're sitting up here whether that was going to get out, but Bob was all over it. Juan Soto was all over it. It was fun to watch. Check it out NL players 23 years old or younger and their OPS, Juan Soto tops the list.
Make today the day at PNC Bank with our ops leaders. Top of the third. Soto with that base hits, now been on 20 of his last 23 games. And he was trying to lay one down with Colin Moran playing well off the line. He knows who's coming up next. Make a mistake to him, he can hit one a mile, but we like it as he plays a little small ball as well. Oh, 2. Against Julio Teheran, the Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead, 4th inning at Atlanta. And the Phillies are all over the Mets, 6-1, 6th inning there. Up the middle, pitcher's got it on a hop. First out, 3rd inning.
All right, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in this ball game. I had to write down my mid-season manager of the year, Cy Young, MVP, and rookie of the year today for the Facebook game tomorrow. And I put Brian Snitker for manager of the year for the Braves.
Solid pick.
Nobody thought he would even be managing the Braves at one time about a year ago. They stuck with him, and they're having a great first half.
You know who Brian Snitker is? He's the Randy Knorr of the Atlanta Braves. Promoted from within. Longtime organization guy. Done just about everything there is for them.
Yeah.
Rendon on one pitch to Max Moroff, and you like to see guys like that get an opportunity. Couple of ground balls here, and Musgrove would love a quick inning, but there's a Harper standing in the way.
I went with Max as the Cy Young. And if he was still hitting 300, I was going to put him as MVP, but he doesn't believe in pitchers as MVP, so I went with Nolan Arenado, and then I picked Juan for rookie of the year for the half a season. Long way to go, though.
Bryce struck out swinging first time right after Rendon had, with Eaton and Soto aboard at first and second in the first. Bases loaded eventually when Adams walked, but Musgrove struck out Trey Turner, and now Bryce fouls one. Nissan pitch cast.
Yeah, they wanted that up. That was a mistake. Did you see Diaz? He was given the target above his mask, and then Musgrove threw it right down the middle.
Then he goes off speed.
Kind of sliding in the box again tonight. He didn't do that last night. She's filming Bryce. Got good seats. Zoomed in. Do you think she can follow the tater if he hits one with the phone?
2-2. Two with 2 outs, target in. On a pitch up and away, Bryce can't get to it. Musgrove has struck him out twice. 5 Ks for the tall right-hander as the riverboat goes wheeling by here in Pittsburgh. From here in Pittsburgh, explore Washington, D.C. this summer. Save 20% on your Nationals tickets with the Hilton Capital Adventure Package. Visit travel.hilton.com/DC.
Probably a Hilton in there somewhere. Looking through that crystal clear water.
The Allegheny just upstream from the Monongahela, where they both become the Ohio. We go bottom 3. Max Moroff, Joe Musgrove, Corey Dickerson. A couple of solid innings for Hellickson so far. 1 walk, that's it for their offense. 26 pitches, 19 strikes, and add another to each column. Max Moroff at 188. He's really changing speeds, eye levels up and down, in and out. That one bouncing in. To his left, Daniel Murphy spears it onto Adams, and then Matt scoots out of the way of the runner. So Jeremy Hellickson trying to get through the order for the first time effectively. Dan has more.
Bob, talking about Jeremy Hellickson earlier today, Davey Martinez said that one thing you'd like to see is Hellickson get back to having count leverage, be ahead in the count the way that he was the first couple months that he was with the Nationals. Obviously, his last start, as FP said, he was very ill, but his first start off the DL as well. Not as many first pitch strikes, not controlling the count as much as he did earlier on in the season. So Davey said he wants to see him fire those first pitch strikes some more, control the counts, and also use that fastball a little bit more than maybe he had his last couple times out.
9th man up, Joe Musgrove, the pitcher. He can hack a bit. 3 for 11, 2 sacrifice bunts this year.
He was an offensive and defensive lineman in high school in El Cajon, California. So maybe that 265 is right, Kurt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with him. It's a big boy.
So you saw the Hellickson stat reflecting Dan's report on the Nats' hopes. 8 of 9 first pitch strikes. Infield straightaway, outfield around to the right a bit for the pitcher. He's going to serve one to right field and watch it go out of play. No comparison on the pitches so far. Nice breaking ball. No way to reach that. First time through the order, 2 strikeouts, a walk. Pirates go 0 for 8.
So it's time for Toyota Case for Kids. The Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a donation of $44 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. So 2 strikeouts times 44 is $800. Nice.
Base is empty, 2 outs. Corey Dickerson. Ground ball to Matt Adams, first time up.
This is the toughest out in the Pirates lineup, I think.
Agreed.
I mean, there's guys that can be pitched to that can be threats at times, but this guy's solid. He's got a great approach. He can hit.
All right, see where his hands are now.
Yep.
Let's see what happens if it gets to 2 strikes.
Ooh, I think the ball's got pine tar on it. That almost got him in the hands. Now he'll choke up. Watch.
Yeah, he's way up the knob, as you noted last night. Look at that. You see that swing, you think of Rod Carew, Maury Wills, Matty Alou, who played here in Pittsburgh. I mean, 0-2 pitch, no big deal to him.
Well, it's just that he has barrel control choked up. You see him go down and get that. You know, sometimes when you're down on the bat, you lose control of the barrel through the strike zone. And what choking up does, it helps you control the barrel through the zone to the baseball and get more barrel to ball. You ever play pepper? Everybody chokes up in pepper. I bet you kids listen right now are like, pepper, what's that? Does it go with salt? I mean, there's a game that we used to play called pepper where you get 4 fielders out there, they throw you the ball, you choke up on the bat, and you just hit it to the fielders, one after the other, from left to right. You know, if you hit it in the air, they catch it, it's their turn to hit. But right there, basically, with that choked up approach, it was like Corey Dickerson was playing pepper. Nice swing.
Starling Marte, fly ball to center first time. He's going to line one just a little too high for Trey Turner. And the Pirates, with a pair of 2-out hits, will get Gregory Polanco in there.
You know, I just said kids probably have no idea what pepper is. There's players in both dugouts right now that have no idea what pepper is.
Yeah. It was interesting at old ballparks.
Yeah,
back by the screen, you would always see a sign on the padding that said no pepper games.
Yes.
They didn't want you doing that down there because if you hit one over the dugout, it could injure a fan. But that was kind of a staple that it was always on the backstop at some of the old ballparks.
Well, I just don't know why more players don't do that. I guess you don't get paid for singles nowadays, but you feel like if more players did, they would do what he just did. That was nice.
The Marlins got paid for singles. They'd be millionaires, all of them. They had a whole bunch tonight, battling Milwaukee in a 5-4 game. So here's Polanco, who struck out swinging first time up. Hitting over 370 his last 19 ball games, and the fastball rides high. StatCast powered by AWS, 59% of Polanco's close in the batted balls to the right side. I got him in the foot. Think back to several years ago when Polanco was a youngster in the big league, starting Marte as well, and they were flanking Andrew McCutcheon. They were talking about that Pirate outfield in the same breath as the one a couple of decades ago that featured Andy Van Slyke, Barry Bonds out there, Bobby Bonilla playing right field. Who I think the Mets are paying for another 17 years, by the way. And that one is fouled out of play with the lead runner Dickerson going and then Marte following suit. So here in the bottom of the third, after a rain delay of 51 minutes with no rain, we're in the bottom of the third. BCFP, DK. Our next telecast will be Thursday night from Citi Field.
It's a balk.
Both runners will move up.
They're having trouble getting on the same page. Hellickson stepped off once, got back on the mound, started to come set, and then stepped off again. Watch. Starts to come set. Yeah, that little twitch right there was a balk. It's the right call by Ed Hickox.
Yeah, anything that can be perceived as a move toward home plate. And then a mound visit after that. So first base open with 2 outs and a 1-2 count.
Good pitch. Hellickson had a little lean toward the first base dugout after that. It might have been a little bit in, but he wanted it.
And Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast. Three-two, 2 outs, and Polanco's going to hook one well foul and look out.
I'm checking to see if it hits somebody down there. He's worried about it.
Three and two again. Target outer half. And Polanco is going to take it right there. And strikeout looking with 2 men aboard.
Backdoor cutter. Beautiful pitch by Jeremy Ellickson. Watch this. Starts it off the plate and brings it back perfectly for strike 3. Big pitch in this game.
All-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. What a night in Pittsburgh, July 10th, 2018. And happy birthday to our outstanding director who lives in Pittsburgh with his family during the offseason, the excellent Chuck Whitlock.
Yeah, happy birthday, Meat.
Milestone birthday. He's never looked better. Then we go top of the 4th here. Adams, Turner, Murphy, and the Pirates into a big shift here. Matt Adams walked first time up, and he's up there hacking this time.
He doesn't look 70, I'll just say that. So happy birthday, Chuck.
In his 5th year with us already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seems like yesterday. He does a great job of making you feel like you're at the ballpark. That's what a good director does. And pays attention to our nonsense and illustrates it.
Multi-talented man.
Yes.
Directing ability. Very musical. No balls and 2 strikes with Adams. And that's high and tight. Not a bad 0-2 pitch by Joe Musgrove. 58 pitches, 40 strikes through 3. He had a 10-pitch 3rd inning, which he needed after some long frames. And he drops the off speed down and away to strike out Matt Adams. So that's 10 outs made by the Nats, 6 of them strikeouts.
All right, the 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Final vote ends this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and Trey Turner is in the running. So this is a really, really long promo. Just vote for Trey, okay? Let's see what you got. You can watch the game on Fox and ESPN Radio. You can listen to it. It's presented by MasterCard, and it's Tuesday. We'll all be there.
In summary, Your Honor, vote for Trey.
Yes. Bottom line is vote for number 7. Let's go. I mean, the other guys are good, but we're pretty biased. We think Trey should be there. I mean, say if you need a pinch runner in the 9th to steal a base and score the winning run, are those other guys going to do it? No.
One ball, 2 strikes.
I just don't like that it's become a popularity contest. I know they're trying to get fans involved, but
So what are the details on this whole New York LA thing that I keep hearing about?
I guess if you vote for LA, then you vote for New York. It's Stanton and Muncy, and they got the cross pollination going.
No, okay. Trey Turner to center. It's going to back up Marte. Didn't know New York and LA liked each other that much, but they have a mutual purpose. So guys with 25 extra base hits or more and 20+ steals, and there they are. The other one on the list that we're not listing is Tim Anderson of the White Sox. He has 25 extra base hits, 21 stolen bases. Notable players, Thunder and Lightning. Daniel Murphy, on the 11th pitch he saw 2 innings ago, doubled with authority to the gap in left center. Counts even, 1-1. Trying to serve another one over there.
It looked like he's getting some fastballs away from Musgrove. He just tries to slice this over there. Might have been a changeup. Let it get deep. Pretty good swing.
No score, top of the 4th.
He's getting there, man. He's starting to look like 2017 Daniel Murphy. You slice one down the left field line to try to get in on him. He turns on it. He's covering both sides of the plate. That's a great sign. You just talked about his first at bat.
Lots of O's from the fans around the home plate area, but it's ball 2, and what does Nissan think? Stayed out there. Look at Daniel Murphy using the ballpark. 2 for 2, and in the series 4 for 6.
Yeah, he keeps doing this. He'll be hitting third in no time. The first at bat was a beauty. 11 pitch double, and this one foul one down the left field line, turn on one foul, and then hit one fair.
17 pitches and 2 at bats.
And 2 knocks. And just the Daniel Murphy from last year. Big time.
Key boom, fly ball to right first time.
Boy, if he locks in, be huge for this offense. Watch Spencer's stance right here, Kurt. Tell me what he got on Lance Parrish, just the stance itself. Remember the big wheel for the Tigers?
Yeah.
And the center field shot where he's waggling the bat a little bit. He looks like Parrish standing there. Looks like Lance Parrish.
A lot of similarities. Physically, Lance Parrish probably a little taller than Spencer. He got great plate coverage, and that guy had power to all fields.
I feel like he was one of the first ones that had the fluorescent ring on the inside of his catcher's mitt. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The fluorescent glove, the '84 Tigers.
34-4 to start the season.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Never look back.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down and away. Strikeouts keep on coming. The Nats 7 in 4 innings. Musgrove and Hellickson scoreless.
For all military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
All right, no score. Bottom of the 4th inning. Jeremy Hellickson doing a nice job so far in this one. Saturday, July 14th, the first 1,250 fans. Poor Michael A. Michael A. Tater Potato Salute presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union. If you Google this and see it, you'll know why I'm laughing in the middle of it. Gates open at 5. First pitch is set for 6:35. The Michael A. Tater Potato Salute. It's a statue. Potato statue. It basically
I'm afraid to ask him if he approved that.
Yeah, I forgot to ask him the other day.
Colin Moran, Elias Diaz, and Josh Bell for the Pirates. Bottom of the 4th inning. Jeremy Hellickson averaging right at 15 pitches per frame so far. Nats in a shift, and Moran grounded one out to Daniel Murphy in right field first time. Colin Moran, born in Port Chester, New York. And along with Musgrove was on the mound tonight. 2 of the guys who came over, 2 of the 3 players who came over in the Garrett Cole deal from the Astros back in January when that talented right-hander was dealt to the world champions.
Can you imagine getting traded from the Astros and they win the World Series? That would stink. I mean, maybe you have more of a chance to play, so for your own career, that part's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then watching your boys have a parade, you'd be happy for them, but it would kind of stink not having that ring.
Yeah, he got a grand total of 11 at-bats with the 17 Astros. Hit .308 at Fresno before that.
Got a ring then.
Yes, he did. He was a first-rounder for Houston back in 2013. Two and one from Jeremy Hellickson here. It's to Daniel Murphy again in right field.
Well, that right fielder can play some second base.
Yeah. Here's a look ahead to the Nats' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Sandy Spring Bank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for here, for 150 years. So Facebook with FP working alongside Sean Casey and former Marlins announcer Rich Waltz tomorrow, 12:30. And then here on Masson, we're with you for all 4 from Citi Field. I'm really concerned that you and Sean Casey will be able to fill those in-between inning breaks when there are no commercial spots tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I love Sean Casey. I used to try to get the first just to talk to Sean Casey.
That ball is drilled by Diaz. And Soto runs it down. He was playing way off the line, still had a long way to go, and that thing was labeled for one hop to the 410 mark out there.
A pretty good ovation from his boys in the bullpen. It's a great route, great jump by Juan Soto. So we told you this is the first time he's ever played left field. He's never did it in the minors. He played mostly right, mostly center, but look at the range and the snow cone catch, fully extended. Great route, a direct route by Juan Soto. And look at the ovation he got from the bullpen. Nice play. Jeremy liked it too.
2 outs here in the 4th, and next up, Josh Bell. He popped up to Trey Turner on the right side of second base. Just into the outfield, first time up. Matt Adams backs up to Hellickson. That's a nice 1-2-3. 4th inning. Jeremy Hellickson dealing. He'll lead off. No score. Nats 0-2-0 Pirates. Nats and James Madison have teamed up for JMU Day at the ballpark. That is on Saturday the 21st when the Braves are in. So purchase a special ticket. You get this outstanding co-branded JMU and Nats New Era ball cap and watch Washington take on Atlanta. Visit nationals.com for details. Those specially branded college caps are outstanding. So the Roberto Clemente Bridge out beyond center field, over the Allegheny, and here at PNC Park. The Nats come up top of the 5th. Hellickson lined out on a broken bat to second. First time up. Musgrove has recovered his evening, having thrown 29 pitches the last 2 innings. Healthy hack. 0-2. Hellickson is a big league hitter, 152 batting average, 14 RBIs. Front door breaking ball, and Musgrove thought he had a strikeout.
He can fire another bullet.
Right at his average. Through 100 May 30th against the Cubs. That is a breaking ball that's in there. Twice through the order, he has 8 strikeouts. Here comes Adam Eaton, and here's Dan with more.
Bob, when talking to reporters after last night's loss, Adam Eaton had 2 points talking about the Nationals offense. He said we need to do a better job of having big innings, 4 or 5 run innings to really turn the game around. We also can't wait for the 9th inning to get 2 guys on. We need to fight every at-bat and not give innings away. No 6 or 7 pitch innings where we're just up there swinging. He said the sign of a good team is not having easy at-bats or easy innings for opposing pitchers. And then when you get chances, make it hurt.
And he tried to sneak one for a bunt base hit.
Well, you want a bunch of tough outs ideally in your lineup. It doesn't mean you're all getting on base and you're all getting hits and scoring every time, but if you can make somebody work. I mean, how many times did we talk about it with last year's ball club? They'll get you second time around. The first time around was a recon mission. They figured the pitcher out. They made him work. They wore him down. And if they didn't get him the first time, they definitely got him the second time. But it was because there was quality at bat after quality at bat. If you make a 7-pitch out, yeah, it stinks. You're going back to the dugout, but you're wearing that guy down and you're making him work hard to get through your lineup. And that has a cumulative effect over the course of a ball game. And when you get everybody on the same page and you go team game plan, well, what's our game plan today? We're all going to sit on this. We're all looking here. Maybe we go ambush mode on a given day. You remember against Clayton Kershaw in LA, that worked. But when you're all on the same page and you're all working as one and working as a unit, that's when you make it tough on teams. And it doesn't necessarily, you see the results immediately, but throughout the course of the game, you will.
Fair ball, and to his left, Josh Bell on to Musgrove for the second out here in the 5th.
What does that mean, Carp? It means stick it to your game plan. Juan Soto's a perfect example. This guy looks for one pitch in one spot, and if it ain't there, he ain't swinging. So what does he do? He walks a lot. He doesn't deviate from the game plan the course of an at-bat. And a lot of major league hitters will. They'll go up there and they'll think one thing, and then a pitcher will show them a pitch. They'll switch their game plan mid-at-bat, and now that's how you have the quick out. But if you stick to your game plan and you wait for that pitch in that spot, a lot of times you get into advantageous counts. A lot of times you walk. A lot of times you do damage because you get in those counts. But you got to stick with the game plan. No matter how quick the pulse is going, how quick your head is spinning up there, stay with your game plan. That's how you have good at-bats 1 through 8.
Swing and a miss by Soto on a pitch up.
Hurt something in his hand on that swing? His wrist? Big swing. Then he was shaking out his right hand. That always scares me.
And that's in there on the inside edge.
A lot of times the knob of the bat will come down on that bone at the end of your hand when you swing and miss. Doesn't feel good. %, right back at the pitcher. Yeah, that's why they're not shifting on Juan Soto. Do you see that? Even distribution.
Yeah. For such a young player, it's remarkable. One ball, 2 strikes. He is airing it out here. Guides it the other way. Moran to his right, pops up, and Soto calls himself safe. And so does Jerry Meals. Great swing, great play, good speed for a hit.
No, nice play by Moran, but the 2-strike approach, we just talked about Corey Dickerson and how he chokes up and plays pepper with 2 strikes. Juan Soto had a mighty swing earlier in the at-bat, right? Look at this. That's the 2-strike approach. Just put it in play and run like crazy. So great play by Colin Moran to make it this close. That had double written all over it. But Juan Soto with his second knock of the night. Just a great approach with 2 strikes.
And Soto in the series, 3 for 7. Rendon with 2 outs. Anthony has struck out and grounded out. And the Pirates have pitched him pretty well, 1 for 7 so far with 3 Ks. Ray Searage to the mound, and they might be buying some time here as Musgrove's pitch count continues to mount. Lefty Stephen Brault is up. He threw 27 pitches in the first inning and then 21 more in the second before getting his evening under control. Only 2 hits given up since then.
If Anthony Rendon reaches, he'll see him face Bryce Harper.
Rendon to left center. High and deep. See you later. 2-0 Nats on Anthony's 13th of the year. RBI total jumps up to 41, and the lead jumps up to 2-0.
Well, whatever they said out there, it wasn't that. Big hug from the skipper. 2-0 Nats. Anthony Rendon just hit a bomb. "13 home runs, 41 driven in."
Harper stays in the batter's box as the right-hander will stay in to face him. Musgrove to Harper. He has struck Bryce out twice swinging, and that fastball away. For the Nationals, homer number 107.
The homer was pretty, and everyone loves the long ball, but give Juan Soto credit for putting the ball in play with 2 strikes and keeping the line moving. Exactly what Dan was talking to Adam Eaton about, having good at-bats back-to-back. The fact that the 19-year-old flicked one to third base to keep the inning alive, to move the line to Anthony Rendon, is a big reason why it's 2-0. Anthony did the heavy lifting, obviously, but give Juan Soto credit too.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just mean the game's going to come back around to guys putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. At least
we can only hope.
At least, you know, the 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8 guys.
And Musgrove strikes out Harper swinging for the 3rd time. So after the outstanding approach by Soto, Anthony Rendon, not a bad approach himself. You've got to hit it a mile. This is the deepest part of PNC Park. Gone. 2-0 Nats. 330 his last 24 games now. Lots of power. Tony Two Bags won all 4 right there to put the Nats on top by a couple. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day. Austin Voth is in the major league, still waiting for his debut. 5th rounder 5 years ago, a Husky from the University of Washington. In the major leagues, it's all brought to you by PNC Bank. Make today the day. Here's Jordy Mercer. And Hellickson with his 54th pitch, just missing. Bottom of the 5th underway.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9 need a big time shutdown inning here from Jeremy Hellickson.
Mercer fly ball to right first time. Tapper third base. Rendon bare hand whips it to Adams, who digs it out for the first out. Well played on both ends.
How's that guy not an all-star? Come on. I mean, he's a Gold Glove third baseman. He's got 13 taters. He's hitting close to 300 and he makes this play. Someday he will be, and that'll be that. He'll be an all-star for 7 straight years, 10 straight years, whatever it is. That's a beautiful play, especially when you just scored. I mean, if that's a hit, Carp, all of a sudden in the first base dugout on defense, you're thinking, oh gosh, here we go again. It's a big play.
Agreed. Here's Max Moroff, the second baseman. Ground ball to Murphy first time. Nats into a shift as Turner moves from one side to the other. Rendon stays home in the baseline between second and third.
Maybe he needs like some earrings or I don't know, something flashy so people notice him. It's getting old. Just because he's quiet and he's unassuming doesn't mean he's not one of the best players in the league, and he just gets no credit. I mean, baseball people know, but I guess one of these days Anthony Rendon will get his due. He's just such a good baseball player in every aspect of the game. We're lucky we get to watch him every night.
(0-2), 1 out. Jeremy turning one over on the off speed. Right-handed hitting outfielder Jordan Luplow on deck for the Pirates. And the ball not in the air very long, but over the dugout.
Did you see Doug Fister go for that?
Yeah, Hellickson was right on spot there.
He was all over that. Running straight toward his dugout. He's feeling much better. I'm telling you, players notice that. Little things like this, players notice. Watch. You know, former Gold Glover, former Rookie of the Year. He's thinking, I'm going to make that play.
Fastball just up. Not a bad 1-2 pitch. Counts even. And that one just inside. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
I thought this was a strike. I don't know. Nope. In.
That's a strike. And it's put into play to Matt Adams, to Hellickson, 2 outs. Ground balls keep on coming. So Luplow, who hit .297 at AAA before being recalled, will bat for Musgrove, who gives the Nats 5 hits, 2 runs in 5 innings. Luplow from Visalia, California, 3rd rounder 4 years ago. He was an All-American and a Golden Spikes finalist at Fresno State.
I mean, so far so good, but this is the start Dave Martinez has been looking for a while. Got 7 from Max on Saturday night, but he's been looking for one of these. And all those guys down there that had to run far for the near brawl last night appreciate it too. 65 pitches. Yeah, those guys, look at, they're kicking it. They know. Feet up, cross your legs. Guy in the mountains on cruise control at this point.
And the 0-2, he goes with the changeup under the hands. High in the air, deep left center. Soto tracking, just enough room. Rendon hit one out over there. Luplow couldn't reach it, and the Nats have a 2-run lead after 5.
There's your game summary as we head to the top of the 6th. 2-0. Nationals on Anthony Rendon's 13th homer of the year. And Dan was making out with the mascot. That's not in the game summary, but you just saw it.
Need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. 26-year-old lefty from Regis University in Denver, Stephen Brault. Originally drafted by the Orioles. And now a Pirate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Matt Adams is 0 for 1 career against him with a walk. 6th inning underway, 2-0 Nats.
They've made pitchers cover their arms that have had that many tattoos in the past. I wonder if that's ever been addressed.
.94 on the heater away. Ball 2.
Yeah, fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball 92. Ooh, it's a battle of the tats. Here we go.
So the Nats box. Soto single in the first. Double Murphy leading off the second. Murph again in the fourth with a base hit that he pulled. And then the 2-out Lightning, Soto and Rendon. Anthony's long homer after Soto's excellent at bat to put the Nats on top by 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the slider down and away. Strike call. He went around. On the appeal down to Gabe Morales for the first out, 6th inning.
Check it out from the side.
Ooh. Don't know about that one. Trey Turner, the hitter. Swinging strikeout, fly ball to center. And against Brault, he's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk.
Steven was a vocal performance major in college, and he actually sung the national anthem for the Pirates this year before the game, and it was really good. I mean, that takes a lot of nerve to do that, not in front of the fans, but in front of your teammates. That's the hard part about that, and he nailed it.
Yeah, you're not very far from your own dugout on that one.
It was all over the MLB network the next day. He came on the network, and they played it, and I was floored that he was, I mean, he was really good. It wasn't just, oh, okay, a baseball player singing the national anthem. It was a professional singer dressed up like a baseball player singing the national anthem. It's time for your fourth drive of the game. Daniel Murphy, a couple of great at-bats tonight. And he's getting there, folks. I think that's an understatement. This 11-pitch gem was a double in the second inning. And then this was a 6-pitch beauty that he fouled balls off all over the place. Left field, right field, then hit one over second base. So a couple of big knocks for Murph tonight. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Daniel Murphy, another base hit. Just over Jordy Mercer. He's 3 for 3.
However you just called that was exactly what my brain was doing when this ball was in the air. I mean, he muscled that over Jordy Mercer's head. So 3 for 3 for Murph. And a nice night, obviously. Average climbing big time for Daniel Murphy.
Yeah, who needs an 11-pitch, 6-pitch at bat when you can single on the first pitch?
Yeah,
your third time up.
He's over it.
Number 8 spot, Keyboom, 2 on, 1 out. And he's going to hit one up the middle. One hopper to Marte. Nobody going to be running on him in this situation. And Jeremy Hellickson not on deck yet. The next scheduled hitter. He has pitched 5 really good innings.
Well, the skipper's going for the kill shot right here.
He is. And he's going for it with Mark Reynolds. Nice. How about that?
Nice at bat by Spencer. Nice job by Jeremy Hellickson tonight.
Ellickson, 3 strikeouts in his 5 innings of scoreless ball. Just a couple of hits, both in the same inning, the 3rd.
So Daniel Murphy started at 211 tonight. He's hitting 241 with the 3 for 3. All right, he's getting there. 30 points.
Mark Reynolds, first time ever against Stephen Brault. And that ball, you could hear it skip in on Elias Diaz, the Pittsburgh catcher. Matt Grace. Ellickson 67 pitches and a great ratio, 45 strikes. 1-0 to Reynolds. Way up and away, ball 2.
Ray Searage going to sprint out there real quick. He's seeing something in the delivery.
Pirates have used a bunch already.
Clint Hurdle on the horn. And Mark Reynolds in the driver's seat. 1 pitch, 1 spot, let it rip.
And why help the pitcher? It's 3-0.
Wow, that was a bold call with the bases loaded and 2-0 count to go with the slider there. Obviously, you have a dangerous hitter up. And is this a green light situation for Reynolds? I think so.
Four-pitch walk, 3-0 Nats. Mark Reynolds collecting RBIs now, even when he doesn't have to swing. His 25th of the year. Scoring Turner, who walked with 1 out. And the line moving slowly, but moving.
That's how you build an inning. This is now you score a bunch of runs. Great at bat by Reynolds. But when the bottom of the order can load the bases and score a run, now you turn it over the top. These are when you have the big innings, you're thinking.
Adam Eaton first at bat against Brault.
That's not a strike. And watch how he catches it. He sets up in, he reaches across the plate and down.
Nissan on the pitch cast.
I don't care what pitch cast said. That wasn't a strike.
Counts even. Michael Feliz on your left. The other player they got for Garrett Cole. And Tyler Glasnow, a pair of right-handers. Eaton will guide it the other way for a base hit. Murphy scores. Keyboom stops at third. 90 feet at a time. The Nats keep adding on, and it's 4-0. It's a great at bat after a little adversity on the first pitch.
Well, I mean, it's walking the talk too. What he told Dan about being a pest up there, you know, being a tough out. Adam Eaton's the personification in my mind of a tough out, and he just slaps one to left, keeps the line moving, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great at bats by the Nats, and the line is moving. Haven't said that in a while. And same seats. We haven't said that in a while.
And the only reason Brault's still in the game is because there's a left-handed batter, Soto. 2 runs in, still only 1 out. Juan is 2 for 3 tonight, going the other way twice. Now be careful how you step off here in this situation.
I was thinking the same thing. Don't want to balk.
Yeah, he really popped off the rubber there. And the 0-1 to Soto. Way inside.
Juan Soto, when he gets set in big situations, kind of has a sinister grin that he looks out at the pitcher with. You can check it out. Watch.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's like an evil, Dr. Evil's hitting right here. Watch this. Look at, he's smiling at him. And watch when he gets his hands up. I mean, stay with this as long as you can. Watch. Look at it. The sinister grin going. Like I'm about to do some damage. Oh, and then he kind of bows up to the pitcher after the pitch. Hey, this is some good body language we got going right here. Watch after the pitch. All right. Hey, that's confidence, I guess. I like it. Just don't wink at him like Moonlight Graham did.
That's ball 3 low and away. And Steven Brault all over the place here. Getting a little restless, the Pirate crowd here. Some Nats fans hoping for a huge inning here. 2 runs in already. Soto jammed, and it's off to the left side.
He tried to hit one in the Allegheny right there. He got through a 3-1 count. And he tried to turn the fan on. And now we'll go 3-2, spread out, choke up, and try to slap something to left center and think about maybe a sac fly.
What an eye. What a kid. What an RBI. His 28th. 5-0 Nats, and that's it for Brault. And the line just keeps on advancing. His 3rd walk of the inning. Lots of ink, not much control.
feel like you have to throw him a strike in that situation, but you know, ramp that up a little bit. Bases loaded, you have a chance of driving a lot of runs, and it's 3-2. So I'm telling you, 8 out of 10 big league pitchers are swinging at their big league hitters are swinging at that pitch. But Juan Soto has such a great idea of the strike zone. He doesn't deviate from his plan. And that 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded with a chance to do tons of damage, he just spits on, because to Juan Soto, that's just another pitch that isn't in the strike zone. It wasn't a 3-2 pitch that had to be thrown in the strike zone. And it just goes to show you how mature he is as a hitter. He just spit all over that. I'll take the walk and keep the line moving. Really, really advanced stuff for a 19-year-old.
24-year-old Tyler Glasnow, 30th appearance this year. This guy's a strikeout pitcher, 63 Ks in 48 innings. Anthony Rendon faces him. 2 for 5 career with 2 walks and a couple of RBIs. And Anthony, the big blow of the game last inning, last time up, the 2-run homer. Now the Nats have added on 3 more runs.
And give the skipper some credit for putting all his chips in the middle and taking out a guy who was dealing and striking while the iron was hot and getting one of his best hitters up there, Mark Reynolds. You know, he could have hit Hellickson in there, and you know, he's dealing tonight. He needs some innings out of his starter, but he said, hey, this is the opportunity where we're going to strike. Pinch hit Reynolds, line's moving, give him some credit.
Rendon off to the right.
That's not an easy decision for a manager when your pitcher's pitching like Hellickson was.
Current update on runners: Reynolds, who walked for an RBI, Eaton, who singled for an RBI, Soto, who walked for an RBI. Rendon has 41 after his homer. That thing really sailing. And a bouncer over the mound, but to the bag, and then a throw, and an inning-ending double play. But the Nats pick up 3, 5-run lead. Rest of the night's up to the bullpen.
Jeremy Hellickson tonight did a really nice job. Remember Gregory Polanco last night? A single, a homer, hit a ball deep to left field, then he walked. So he had a big night last night, but Hellickson struck him out twice tonight. That second one he just saw, the backdoor cutter. There's a couple guys on, I think, the pitch of the game for Jeremy Hellickson. So perfect execution of retiring a hot hitter. There's his line, 5 innings, just a couple of hits. Goose eggs is the big thing. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 67 pitches. A lot of strikes. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Nice job, Jeremy.
And as we check out Matt Grace, worthy to note, the only Nats starter who has a better winning percentage as far as the team results when he pitches, Max Scherzer. Jeremy Hellickson second, and a chance to be 8-4 after this one tonight. So here's Matt, who's done such an outstanding job lately. He'll face Corey Dickerson, Starling Marte, Gregory Polanco, couple of lefties here in the 6th. Whoa, that one really sailed up and in. So the Nats have one left-hander in their bullpen currently, with Sean Doolittle going on the DL and 2 right-handers added today.
But you see Matt Grace with the KR on his hat too for Ken Ravisa. We talked about the sports psychologist who passed a couple of days ago, and anybody that played baseball in Southern California like Matt Grace did growing up at UCLA was definitely influenced by Dr. Ravisa. Nice tribute. I like it.
3-0. Corey Dickerson doesn't walk much. 12 walks, 95 hits. Matt Grace just walked him on 4. Only players who have a bigger differential between hits and walks, Ozzie Albies of the Braves and Scooter Gennett of the Reds. Pirates box, they only had hits in 1 inning against Jeremy Hellickson, Dickerson, and Marte back-to-back in the 3rd. That great pitch FP showed you against Polanco took care of that inning. Then he retired. The last 6 he faced after that. Here's Marte, and against Grace, 1 for 2.
Yeah, 42 pitches for Matt the last couple of games, 3 innings. I think he pitches better when he's tired. He gets more sink on his sinker. When he's fresh, that sinker has a tendency to straighten out and be up in the zone. His velocity's up. But when he's tired, like a lot of sinker ball guys, that last one you just saw is a perfect example.
One and 2.
A tough guy to double up. Marte can really fly. Not impossible though.
Just 2 double plays on the ground off his bat this year. Swing and a miss. Trying to measure that off-speed pitch and he couldn't get it. First out, 6th inning.
Yeah, slider down and in after some sinkers away. Just goes to the back knee. Good pitch. Couldn't get to it.
Brandon Kintzler up for the Nats. Those add-on runs looking huge as we get close to working our way into the late innings here. Phillies alone in first place. They just beat the Mets 7-3, and the Braves are getting it from Toronto. 6-1 Blue Jays, 8th inning down in Atlanta. Left side, Rendon, chance to cut it off. Nobody at second because of the shift. And barely out at first is Polanco.
He looks safe to me. But check it out. He does the right thing. Just nobody's there. Murph can't get there. Trey Turner, I think, was supposed to be there, but he went for the ball, which is understandable. And I thought Polanco was safe, and I think he was.
You know, the Pirates will challenge.
Remember, it has to touch any portion of Matt Adams' glove and then be secure in the back of the glove. But they're going to stop it once it touches the first part of leather on Adams' glove.
Crowd seems to like what they're seeing on the video board.
I was talking to some coaches the other day, Carp, and they didn't even know that rule, that it's the first time a ball hits leather in the first baseman's glove is where they freeze it. And I heard this the other day, and I thought it was brilliant. I'm not going to tell you who told me. But their idea was, you see the call right here, it's safe. You don't tell New York what the original call was on the field. You just have the umpires in New York look at the play in and of itself and then make the decision. Because a lot of times they're
no preconceived notion.
Preconceived notion. It might be Joe West at first base. You're scared of showing him up. You don't want to overturn something, and then the human factor comes in. Don't tell him the initial call.
It's great.
Just send it to New York and say, what do you think? And I think you might get some better results from the replay challenge booth in New York.
Like that a lot. David Freese for Colin Moran here, as the Bucks will go with a right-handed veteran hitter.
That's a hit all the way.
All right, scoreboard slow. They didn't put one up.
He beat out an infield single. I think the speed of Polanco might have fooled Anthony there at the end. He's a low strider, a long strider, I should say. And it looked like he looked to second, thought he might have had a little extra time, and looked up, and Polanco was almost there.
David Freese. One plate appearance against Matt Grace, a base on balls. So only the second time tonight the Pirates have had two men on.
Do you hear that? Some girl below us heard the organ and thought it was Jingle Bells. She's singing it right now. Close. Nice try.
Now Grace will step off. Called him out. Matt Grace with a big second out, his second strikeout.
I love that. Get back in the strike zone, picking your teammates up. So, you know, a little mental error on coverage at second base, not a big deal. Get right back in the strike zone and strike out a tough right-handed hitter. Nicely done. Did his job again.
Well, definitely no shortage of right-handed arms in the bullpen. Right now, there are 7 of those. Kinsler on his way. Matt Grace continues to shine.
Fielders hanging out with Anthony Rendon. Just like we promised you, it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. I wonder what we're going to make this since we already showed you Anthony Rendon. There you go, home run number 13. Got the Nats on the board. Juan Soto with the 2-strike infield base hit. Anthony Rendon cleaning the bases up, and he's been doing a nice job on defense too. You need a shutdown inning, just call Anthony Rendon. He'll make that play for you anytime, anywhere. It's a big play. Just scored. Looked like an infield single. All of a sudden you go, oh, here we go again. Nope. Nice play.
Brandon Kinsler, the 33-year-old right-hander from Vegas. 39th appearance. Some work to do yet here in the bottom of the 6th. Elias Diaz, the catcher, 0 for 2 against him career. Nats by 5. Pirates seeking the big 2-out hit. Instead, a first pitch grounder, Daniel Murphy. Let's go to the 7th, shall we? After a radar delay, a pretty good game in progress for the Nats. Washington Nationals, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Lights have taken effect here as we go to the top of the 7th. 5-8-0 Nats, 0-3-0 Pirates. Harper, Adams, Turner. Right-hander Tyler Glasnow remains on the mound for Pittsburgh. And Bryce wants to get in on this offense tonight. 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, all of them against the starter, Joe Musgrove.
He's fired up. Someone else is out there.
Bryce 1 for 5 with a triple and a walk and an RBI against the right-hander. Shift on. David Freese hit for Colin Moran and stays in to replace him at third. Well out into right field is Max Moroff. Fastball right side, 3-0.
Look how deep the outfield is.
And right in there with 96, 3-2.
Had some cut to it. Started out her third, ran right back down the middle. Everything else was four seam straight.
Bryce Harper is going to be called down on a fastball that he will not agree with as far as the call. Near the outside edge, first out, 7th inning.
Check it out on pitch cast. Was it out? Bryce thought it was, and it was. It's been a strange strike zone tonight for both sides.
Adams 2 strikeouts and a walk. Matt, good success against Glass now. 3 for 6 career with a home run. 2 batted in. That's a nasty breaking ball downstairs. 1-2. Off the pitcher's glove. That'll slow it down enough for Matt Adams to get a knock. 1 for 3, on for the second time tonight.
That's huge. Turn 0 for 2 to 1 for 3 on an infield single, because you know Matt Adams can fly. He got down the line, by the way. Watch. Hey, smelling the hit. Turns you into a 4.5 40 every time. I'll steal second. Glasnow's got nasty stuff. I mean, that's a 97 with subtle cut to it at the end. This is a live arm, to say the least. Tried to quick pitch him there with the slider.
Fifth rounder 7 years ago out of high school in Santa Clarita, California. And this one off to the right side, upper deck. And that bouncer smothered by Diaz. Fastball up. 97, 2 down.
All right, the Nansen Harris Teeter teaming up to present the kids batting helmet giveaway on Sunday, July 22nd. First 10,000 kids ages 12 and under will get this cool helmet on their way into the Nats Braves. It's a good game, 1:35 start. So for tickets, visit nationals.com and get your red helmets. I want one of those. I'm going to wear it during the broadcast.
Look out.
And then maybe out after the game, I'm going to wear it too. Sunday fun day. Murph trying to get his average up past 250 right here.
Yeah, 19 for 79 with his 3 for 3 tonight. Playing in his 24th ball game. One. No patience at all third time. Dropped one right into center, just over Jordy Mercer, the shortstop. I'll move you back.
He said the aye. You know he's feeling good when he does that. I'll tell you what, I've never seen a hitter in all my baseball years that doesn't give an at-bat away or a pitch away like Daniel Murphy when he's locked, when he's healthy.
He's going to get his hands inside that one. He's 4 for 4. Adams steaming for third. Bob Henley's going to send it. The throw home, high, but in time, and Matt Adams is out. That'll end the inning on a Murphy double.
The big fella needs some oxygen. He got an infield single and then had to try to score all the way from first base, and he was huffing and puffing coming around third. Might have ran out of gas. I like pushing the envelope there. You're up by 5. Murph with his 4th hit, so he will go above 250. And I like the gamble by Henley. It was kind of casual at that point. Then they sped it up and got Matt Adams by about 5 steps.
9-4-2. Time to stretch. Hope Matt's good. So Matt Adams thrown out at the plate. We go bottom 7 here. Brandon Kintzler still in after retiring Elias Diaz. First pitch crackles right in there. And we'll update you on a Nats double switch in just a second. It is not a double switch because Brandon Kintzler is still pitching. It's straight up Wilmer Defoe for Daniel Murphy, second base. Josh Bell, career for 2 against the Nats right-hander. And no swing, says Gabe Morales. Good tail on that fastball, but there's nobody over there. On the shift, Anthony Rendon was out towards short, and Josh Bell gets an infield hit.
I gotta show you hits Murphy. I mean, he's got his 4th hit of the night tonight, his first 4-hit night of the year. The reason you say first is because you know he's going to do it a couple more times. And then I like Bob Henley's decision here, even though he was out. You know, when you get a big semi-truck like that coming around third base, it doesn't have brakes. So there's no way he was going to stop Matt Adams. He was trying to force the issue. Matt got up slow, and I want to say that he broke open a scab on his knee, if I had to guess, as you look at the Fios by Verizon Exmo.
The 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Get Fios.com. Pay him a visit.
Maybe it was his ankle. He's still stretching over there. I was hoping it was just a scab. I guess that was wishful thinking. That can really hurt when you slide it home. No, he's not feeling good over there. I just looked at that replay again. He landed on his knee hard, but nothing twisted, nothing got caught. There was no cleats. He's still flexing it over there.
And the 0-2, and that's a wicked breaking ball. Spinning away from Spencer Keyboom. And Josh Bell on the wild pitch down to second.
Watch, this is what I just looked at between pitches on my ISO monitor. I don't think it just hit hard, the left knee. There was no twistage. There was no cleats caught. That's why I assumed it was a scab. But he is not putting any weight on it right now. And he's checking his ankle. That's what I've been watching. He's looking at his left ankle. Yeah, and that's need Matt Adams. That's pretty obvious.
Two from Kinsler to Mercer. He turns on one. And foul. Not by much before it got to the pole. And this one hit well out to right center. Bryce Harper over to grab it. Came up firing, and the ball goes between second and third. Nobody at third base. And so Mercer lines out, and they'll have to give Bryce an error for that in-between throw, allowing Josh Bell to third base.
Well, it was a good jump and a good play by Bryce. Watch the jump he gets. The ball slicing away. He's ready for the baseball. If I ain't hitting, you ain't hitting. And then I don't think the throw was necessary there, because down by 5, there's no way that Josh Bell was going to tag up on that ball. You just need base runners at this point if you're the Pirates.
Fastball in there to Max Moroff. Ryan Manson watching from afar. One pitch. And this will be out of play. So the Braves on the verge of losing to Toronto, and that's now gone final. So Atlanta will be a game behind the Phillies, and the Nats have a chance to stay within 5.5 of Atlanta. Actually, Philadelphia, if they hold on to win and gain a game on the Braves. Two balls, two strikes now to Max Moroff.
Pretty good pitch by Kinsler on the last one. Kind of lost right now. What's a ball and what's a strike?
Right side Adams. Matt will go to the bag himself, and Josh Bell scores to get the Pirates on the board. It took till the second out of the 7th inning to get that done. RBI grounder for Moroff. Austin Meadows will be the pinch hitter in the pitcher's spot here. First rounder 5 years ago. Rookie having a pretty good year. He's going to chop that one to the right side, and Wilmer Depot has a long way to go. It is no contest. He was playing deep on the shift. Seems like we've seen more ground balls tonight turned into hits because of the shift than in any other game this year.
Not taking your bait right there.
I wasn't baiting you. I'm just talking facts here.
I know. But you know the "get off my lawn" speech was coming after that, so I'm just gonna lay out.
Well, get out of my driveway then.
I'm just gonna lay out. I made my points on shifts enough.
Yeah. Corey Dickerson, 1 for 2, a walk last time. That hit probably makes that run earned in this inning. Dickerson up the middle. Kinsler lost his glove reaching for it, and Turner throws out the batter. So we go to the top of the 8th inning. Pirates pick up a run. Nats by 4. baseball on Masson, brought to you by Long Fence. Start living the difference. Visit longfence.com today to schedule your free in-home estimate. Nice night along the river. We're going to the top of the 8th inning. The Nats will have 8, 9, and 1, 2 up. And this is right-hander Michael Feliz, one of the players the Pirates picked up in the Garrett Cole deal from Houston. 34th appearance, 33 innings, 32 hits, 39 strikeouts. A couple of the Nats have faced him in the past. First of all, it's Spencer Kieboom. Looks like Brian Goodwin's on deck for the pitcher. And Austin Meadows will take over in left field after pinch hitting in the number 9 spot. So Corey Dickerson double switched out of the game.
Spencer looking for a 2-knock night. Spencer was talking about how he and Carter grew up right next to a baseball field, like it was right behind their house, and how when he was playing in high school and Carter was just a youngster, like 12 or 13, he would practice with him. So he's always been playing with older kids, and he said he learned stuff at a young age and just had all these kind of baseball skills that you couldn't really teach just by hanging around his older brother on the baseball field, and he was a baseball field rat. So, you know, the fact that Carter Kieboom's, what, 20 in Double-A, hitting close to 400 is no surprise to his brother, because he grew up playing with older kids. He was really advanced and would pick up stuff at a young age that most 13, 14, 15-year-olds don't.
Kieboom high and almost to the track. In right center, pulled in by Polanco. Brian Goodwin is next.
I'm excited to see them both play together, and it might happen sooner than you'd think. You never know, right?
Yeah, who would have thought that Juan Soto would be one of the stars of the team when we saw him here and there in spring training?
Right? Never know.
That's the one word that describes baseball.
You never know. Double-A is a lot closer than you think. Shoot, A-ball is a lot closer than you think.
Brian Goodwin. Feliz has some life on that fastball. In the dirt.
Brian Goodwin's daily at-bat in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
I hope he gets a chance to start soon. I really do. Put 4 or 5 at-bats together in one day. He's a good player.
One ball, 2 strikes. They play him to pull in center. That's fair ball right down to first for Josh Bell. 2 down here in the 8th. Adam Eaton for the 5th time tonight. He's 1 for 3 RBI single, hit by a pitch back in the 1st. And he's 0 for 2 against this right-hander.
You really lock in on those 1 for 3 at-bats when you want to be 2 for 4.
There he goes.
There you go.
On base for the 3rd time tonight. Adam Eaton over his last 24 games now, hitting upwards of 310.
Well, you're 1 for 3, you got a 4-run lead, there's 2 outs, nobody on. So what do you do as a hitter? You want 2 hits to show for the day. So those are the at-bats when you really, really lock in. And now you turn it into a 2 for 4. That's a great night, and you sleep, well, maybe 8 hours tonight with a 12 o'clock game tomorrow. And the hour sun delay that we had here to start this one.
It was really bright.
It was too hot.
There's a strike to Soto, and he's had another great night. 2 singles, a run, RBI walk. His on-base percentage upwards of .420 now.
I'll tell you what, the radars and all the weather apps and technology now is just like analytics. Sometimes you can overthink it. It's just the way the game has gone with shifts and launch angles and spin rate and Doppler radar. Just throw it in the whole bunch.
Nasty pitch. Juan couldn't get to it. And the count 1-2 with 2 outs here in the 8th.
I mean, what did they do in the 50s? They played when it was sunny and they put the tarp on when it rained, right?
Yeah, pitchers in that other era, I think that was the Bronze era, right after the glaciers melted. Pitchers would come back after delays, and that's just not part of the deal anymore. If it, you know, if it's over 30 to 45 minutes of a delay, maybe an hour for some pitchers here and there.
It's usually an hour. You can throw in the cage and stay loose up to an hour. Then after that, you're shutter.
2-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt, and Diaz a nice block.
Bigger business now. There's a lot more money at stake. There's, you know, players making more money, and you don't want pitchers getting hurt. So you have a bunch of weather services, and it's tough. It's tough to predict the weather. Like I said, what's in common with the Hall of Fame baseball player and a weathercaster? They're both right 3 times out of 10. Go to Cooperstown if you do that in baseball.
On the move, Eaton here. 3-2 pitch. Juan Soto, what else is new? 3-hit night. Adam Eaton easily to third base. And the legend of Soto continues to grow every at bat, every game. Unbelievable. I know we throw that word around, but he's a teenager playing like he's 25 or 26.
No, I'm right with you. He is impressive every night, whether it's a walk. I mean, how can walks be impressive? I mean, he just grinds out every at bat, and a lot like Daniel Murphy, Adam Eaton, he's not going to give one away.
Up to .312 on the batting average, a gain of 11 points tonight. He just refuses to let that average dip under 300 by the end of any game. So here's Anthony Rendon, 1 for 4, and a chance to put a stamp on a big evening for him and for his ball club. Strike 1 from Feliz. Rendon to center. Rushing in Marte. He slides and he's got it. Nats will strand a couple. They've left 10, but they have scored 5 and lead by 4. telecast from the Big Apple. The Nats at Citi Field, 1-4 against the Mets. So that will be on Thursday night. Max is 11-5 with a 2.33 ERA. They're only hitting 179 against him, and his strikeout number is 177. Steven Matz, lefty for the Mets. Get you going. Nats Extra pregame 6:30 Thursday night after tomorrow afternoon's game on Facebook. Here's Ryan Madson, 36th appearance. And trying to keep the Pirates at bay here in the 8th inning. Still 6 outs to get in this one. Marte, Polanco, and Freese to face him. Ryan Goodwin remains in the game. Adam Eaton off his feet for the rest of the night. So the Nats pitcher batting first. Reaching out and bumping one in the air to the right side, and Matt Adams catches the foul ball. One for 4 night for Marte, their big hero last evening. And here's Polanco. Marte, one of their heroes last night. It was Polanco with the 4 RBIs. And he's 0 for 2 career against Ryan Madson.
Yeah, the other day when Mark Reynolds came in to pitch for Ryan Madson, Ryan was trying to wave Davey Martinez off. He said, I got this. You know, he didn't want anybody else to come into the game. He was wearing it for the ball club. It's just the kind of guy he is. He's a team guy. Doesn't care about his numbers. Just didn't want any more pitchers to be using that game. And, you know, the skipper got him out of there because his pitch count was high. But just goes to show you the kind of guy he is. He was willing to take the bullet for the ball club.
Heard a great story about Ryan toward the end of the homestand the other day. It was one of those Sunday autograph days, and they were having a hard time rustling enough players to go outside and sign for the fans. Ryan Madson heard about it, and he volunteered to go out and sign on a day when it was not his day to do that. And he went out and spent a lot of time with our fans, and a lot of folks came away with a huge positive impression of a great veteran, Ryan Madson. 2-1 pitch, and that one fouled back to the screen. 2-2. So he paints his cleats and enjoys spending time with the fans.
I'm just telling you, as a player, when you're not having your best year ever, it's not easy to go out and mingle with the fans and answer questions about what's going on.
Anthony Rendon, and that's a foul ball. 2 outs.
And he's going to be there when they need him the most, and that's all that counts.
Third baseman, David Freese.
He'll be 38 on August 28th.
David Freese, a tapper to the right side. Talk about soft contact to 3 hitters in the 8th. Ryan Madson heading to the dugout, gets his buddies right back in there.
Eastern time for this week's MLB Facebook Watch game. Follow MLB Live on Facebook to catch exclusive national game broadcasts all season long. So you just go to the search and put MLB Live in, and there's the probables. And then you can comment at us during the game and tell me how horrible I am. It'll be like every other night on other social media.
Shouldn't have heard that. You shouldn't have said that for me and the crew. We're gonna log on and encourage you all day. You'll be with the mayor.
Yes,
Sean Casey.
He's the best.
And a great friend of ours, Rich Waltz, who used to be for many years the TV play-by-play guy of the Miami Marlins. Great broadcast crew. Good luck tomorrow. Have fun with it.
Go on there as like Big Booty Rudy 123, and then just send me some messages during the game.
I'm going to go on as letter C, letter U, letter L, number 8, letter R.
Do it. All right. Enough.
Bryce Harper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another inning for Michael Feliz here in the top of the 9th.
Bryce trying to put one in play. Last night he was so quiet, so still at the plate. Tonight he's kind of lost his balance again, and that's why he's not, his hands in the barrel isn't where he's expecting it to be when the ball's in the zone.
Well, some Pittsburgh fans want to see him strike out for the 5th time. That one bounces. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's only done it 1 time. You remember the game. It was against Andy Pettitte and the Yankees at Nats Park. I think it was the first time he played the Yankees.
His rookie year?
Yeah. It's a 14-inning game, though.
Harper reaches. That's the shortstop, Jordy Mercer, on the right side of the infield. So Bryce able to get to the pitch to put it in play. Matt Adams is next, and then Trey Turner. And the good news about Matt Adams is that we're seeing him walk into the batter's box and do his housekeeping and get ready for an at-bat after a rough trip from first to home on which he was thrown out, ending the 7th inning on the Murphy double. Not a safe situation, but Kelvin Herrera, he needs to get a ball game where he's pitching in the 9th inning and gets to shake some hands. 3-0.
So we went back and looked, and he did have a little trip coming around 3rd.
High in the air to center. Back is Marte. 2 down on the 9th.
So this is his last trip around the bases in coming into 3rd. Watch his ankle. And then that's what he was looking at the whole inning at first, right? There, kind of hit on the side of the bag. And you can see the grimace in his face. So we didn't see anything in the slide at home. It was when he hit the bag at 3rd. Get some ice on it and hope he's okay tomorrow. You know what? This may be quieter than Marlins Park, and that's saying a lot.
Fastball up and away. And Trey Turner off to the right side. right field corner. Long run for Polanco and
Ooh,
not reachable.
almost a ricochet off his grill. Did you see that? Hit something in there and came out hot. Watch, it scares him at the very least. Watch this ball hit something and come right over his head. It's funny because it didn't hit him.
2-2 pitch. Trey Turner swing and a miss. To the bottom of the ninth we go. Kelvin Herrera queued up to close it out.
Other teams are going to read that the Nats hopefully hold on to this and win tonight. But when they read the box score, what they're going to really circle is this right here. That Daniel Murphy got 4 hits, because that's a warning shot, if you will, a shot across the bow that Murph's back. And that's something other teams don't want to see, but the Nats want to see desperately. 250 his average is at, Carp. It started at 211 to start the night.
Well, another week he'll be Ted Williams and Daniel Murphy. That's good enough for us. So here's Kelvin Herrera, 28 years of age, for the Nationals, his 9th appearance. And you've talked about this on a number of occasions. He's been pitching when the ball club's been behind. So even though it's not a safe situation, a taste of 9th inning action here with the team ahead, and hopefully shaking some hands in a few minutes.
Yeah, and you can just tell the look on his face right here. Even though it's not a save opportunity, it is for him. In his mind right now, this is familiar territory. The last 3 outs, shaking hands with your teammates.
That's a base hit to the right side from Elias Diaz. Jumping on the first one. Josh Bell is next.
First baseman, Josh Bell.
Josh Bell, infield hit last time. One ball, 2 strikes. Some of the, and not many, of the 17,103 paid tonight. still here. Two.
Bob Henley trying to get Brian Goodwin's attention in right field, get him to scoot over. The right hand's to, hey, look at me. You see strike 3. And the left hand's, hey, scoot over a little bit with 2 strikes. He positions the outfield. Big first out here in the 9th. Nasty changeup at 87 for strike 3. Great pitch.
Jordy Mercer 0 for 3 tonight. He faces Herrera for the first time. Nats have turned 75 double plays on the year. Just saying.
Hey, I'm with you. Winner tie.
And a ball drilled to center. Bryce Harper, 2 down.
Good adjustment. That ball had some carry to it, some rise. Bryce hit the brakes and backpedaled perfectly. This is one, the low line drive, the hardest play for a center fielder. Do I come in? Whoa, that one's got a little more carry to it. Good athletic ability, good adjustment, 2 outs.
Max Moroff is 0 for 3 with a ground ball. 7th inning for an RBI. Nats trying to get back above 500 at 46 and 45 if they hold on for the W. They'll stay 5.5 back of the Phillies, but gain a game on Atlanta. Next up, Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight, Nats Extra postgame. Out of play. One pitch. And some gas upstairs. 97 from Kelvin Herrera.
We're gonna heat. Where's the Cholula promo? Drew Storn used to love when you said that.
Cholula. Had him reaching, and that will be out of play down left field way. Nats trying to make it 8-1 against the Central. Geo tomorrow. And a reminder, our next Masson telecast Thursday night with Max from Citi Field.
Nats need a big one out of Geo tomorrow. Win a series, go 6 or 7 innings, one.
Runner on the move. And a 2-out walk. Another at bat for Austin Meadows in the number 9 spot. Infield hit when he came in to bat for the pitcher in the 7th.
Yeah, Wilmer talking to Kelvin right now saying, hey, let's go. No more base runners. We don't want the tie and run to come to the plate. Here we go. Dave Martinez thinking the same thing.
Ball one. Pitcher spot next, the leadoff spot. Francisco Cervelli on deck. Right in on his hands. That ball spinning wildly. No chance for an out anywhere. Trey just lobs it over to third in case Diaz had rounded the bag. And now, after all of this, Francisco Cervelli will represent the tying run as he pitch hits.
Well, this just got a whole lot more interesting out of nowhere. The 2 outs, runner on first. You're thinking, all right, throw that 97, challenge somebody, and all of a sudden, a walk, a base hit, and the tying runs at the plate. And the former Cervelli.
And even though they were in the American League at the same time, Cervelli has never faced Herrera.
Pump me up speech from Wilmer there as he's going back to his position.
Francisco Cervelli on the year, 9 homers, 36 RBIs. And Herrera starts him with an 80 breaking ball for a strike. Couldn't stop his swing. 0-2.
Maybe Spencer Keeboom should get up and walk away right now while he's arguing with the ump. Same thing Adam Eaton did last night. He just did the same exact thing, only worse.
Here's the 0-2 and a swing and a miss. At 11:16, ball game over. Long evening after the radar delay, and the Nats win it 5-1 to draw even in the series. And with a chance behind Gio to win a series tomorrow. Kelvin Herrera took him a minute to get through that bottom of the 9th inning, but the Nats get the W, and that's all that matters. So some heavy lifting by Rendon with a 2-homer tonight, 2-run homer, and then the Nats 3 very important add-on runs in the 6th. So Facebook tomorrow. We'll be back on MASN 6:30 p.m. We'll get you going with Nats Extra Thursday night from New York. This has been a presentation of MASN, and now from PNC Park. See you later.